On location. We are live at the Monroe Bigfoot thing that just actually happened on the 18th, just a couple days ago. And so we came out here early today, live on the location. We scouted around, took some pictures, took some video. It's just me by myself actually. But I want to show you guys a couple things. Because we're actually just at the exact spot, basically where the event happened at. So let me turn the camera around. So if you guys read the description from the BFRO where Matt Moneymaker just posted, this is the Monroe Bigfoot sighting that just happened on the 18th. Basically some bow fishermen made their way down here, down to the marsh area, which I already went to, and on their way back they came this way, and they said that they got in between these two bridges and their dog startled a Sasquatch that jumped out of the tree, one of these trees, and then went up the hill, which is these train tracks and stuff. There's a hill. So this is exactly where that sighting happened. And around, took some pictures and found a couple interesting things, but no Bigfoot sighting and stuff yet. Haven't heard anything. I've found some tracks and stuff, but not necessarily Bigfoot and stuff, but they are interesting and stuff. We'll discuss that later in the show, live show, and also the video and stuff I'll be dropping. I do need to still go inside this little wooded area and look for sign and tracks, and then up on these hills. That's what I'm going to be doing after this live right here. See if we can find any landing zone, basically, maybe with a imprint, potentially hair and stuff too. If we could find potentially, you know, where exactly it was at and fell, jumped out of the tree, and made its way onto the embankment of these railroad tracks. So I'm gonna go down and walk this way, and walk through here. So it is a pretty secluded enough area that you're not next to people. There are, as the video will come out, you will see some houses and stuff down that way as we get to town. But as you make your way through this creek out towards the marsh, and then eventually it goes out towards the lake, you know, there's no houses, there's businesses and some type of development things going on right there. Pretty good enough wild area that I believe a Sasquatch could definitely navigate from the lake all the way up in here and hang out here, and that's where that sighting just happened. So for those of you who are just tuning in, this is Blake from the Lost Cryptids Conservatory, and we are here on location of the Monroe Bigfoot sighting that just happened a couple days ago. Happened on the 18th, 11 a.m. It's 11 a.m. right now, just a couple days after. And here on location, looking for signs, looking for trackways, hoping something's gonna happen. I just explained that we need to still go over here and look for tracks on the embankment, potentially where it landed as it jumped off of the tree. So Matt Moneymaker just posted this, I think of the day of, and the day of or just the day after or something like that. It was late at night. I seen it, I sent it to a buddy of mine, and then I was able to go out today and be on location, get out here early. I've already been out here for a couple hours now, and wanted to be in this exact location at 11 a.m. and go live in the exact spot where Bigfoot jumped out of a tree. I will show you guys. So they made their way to the marsh. We're coming back. There's a trail that goes right here. And they said when they came into the spot in between these bridges, their dog sensed something, startled something, They said something jumped out of a tree, landed, took off, and went up a hill. Their dog chased them, and they seen them kind of the back end of it as it was cresting this hill. So we are on location here just a couple of days after. It has rained heavy last day and a half, 2 days. So the tracks that I did find and stuff are washed away and stuff, so there's no great details, but I did find a couple different trackways, and you have to watch the video and stuff. But I will say that there are some that come up out of the water into the shore, and it looks like it crosses over this well, pretty much what I'm standing on, just organic matter. And the one thing about this location is there's a lot of trash in this creek, in this waterway, all along the shoreline. You can see some trash right through here, all the way out there. I don't think anything's drinking this water that's flowing in this creek. Certainly, I definitely wouldn't be drinking it. There's trash everywhere, and but there are wildlife and stuff. There's a bunch of deer tracks. There's a bunch of birds and frogs, and I'm pretty sure there's in this creek and stuff too. So I'm actually pretty excited we were able to get out here. I'm pretty sure I'm the first researcher out here on location, and about to do this walkthrough right here after I get done going live with you guys. Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it's a good connection and stuff. I'm not sure. I've already been videotaping my whole walk in and all the way down to the creek and stuff. We're gonna do some videotaping here, and we'll be out here for another hour or two or more. Then we're gonna get some lunch, get some breakfast, and gotta make some phone calls, so contact some other people. But there's some nice areas once you go into that marsh area on both sides. On this side, there's more wooded area that you could definitely hide. You know, a person without waders on, you know, you're not gonna have a fun time, especially when you're out in that marsh and you're sinking to your knees and you're falling down, and I did a number of that today. And I understand a couple of days ago it wasn't as wet, and this whole embankment was more stable. The tracks that I seen and took pictures of don't sink in as much as what I'm doing today. So it's pretty interesting stuff. So there is some of that. It would be amazing. It would be amazing if I could talk to the witnesses and figure out exactly where they walked, if they walked on the shoreline and stuff, and figure out where they walk compared to where some of these trackways are, and if they were in fact made by them or not made by them, and also if the trail appeared as if no one has used it in a while. I don't think anyone's been back here since the incident has happened, just especially in that marshy area, just because of the way that things are trampled coming out and stuff. So it looked like someone went in and then came out, and most of the stuff is facing outwards, indicating that no one's really walked in there knocking stuff forwards until I just did it, obviously. So if there was other researchers that are going to come here, they're going to see my tracks and stuff, and if there's any documentation like that and they are misidentifying my own tracks, I will be able to, I documented and stuff, and would be able to tell where I walked and stuff. And also my tracks compared to some of these tracks out here, trackways, you can tell I'm a person, you know, my legs are going like this or being different angles. I'm slipping and catching myself. But some of these tracks, they don't appear to do that. And actually, I couldn't even find where the tracks like went to the shoreline. And you would think if you're fishing or bow fishing, you know, you're going to be turning and, you know, stomping out an area, kind of, you know, doing different stuff like that. None of the trackways that I seen were doing that. Like someone was standing there actually fishing or bow fishing. So I'm not sure if they actually did anything, how long they were out there. No dog tracks though when I was out there, but it's kind of, it would be hard to see the dog tracks, but no dog tracks that went into some of these creek beds that have these other tracks. So I looked at this and stuff already. There's no tracks, but sweet, Layden. Nice to see you and stuff. You look pretty new and stuff. So we're on location of the newest Bigfoot sighting that happened in Monroe, Michigan, May 18th. Just happened a couple of days ago. So we're actually on location. In these trees, there was a Bigfoot that jumped down and ran up the embankment on these railroads. I'm guessing it's over here because it ran away from them as they were coming from that way, going this way on this trail that goes underneath those branches, those limbs right there, and then, you know, go up. So first on location, and doing a follow-up really. Thankfully, Matt Moneymaker is the one who posted it. It just happened. He was doing a call out trying to get Michigan people over here. I'm not sure. I know people seen it. I sent it to Val, and I'm not sure if anyone else actually got out here. Because if I want to know, because the evidence that I filmed, stuff that I filmed, I don't want to misidentify if it was someone actually already out here. Could help identify where they walked and all that. But I am pretty sure, because of the rain that happened, that no one's been out here because they don't want to get a little wet, which we don't mind here at the Lost Cryptids Conservatory. And I can say that nothing definitive has happened out here. I haven't heard nothing, no knocks, no vocalizations. There was just a dog barking, you know, pretty much in this area. I was out in the marsh area, so it was over here on this side, but nothing crazy. It would have been nice to be able to come out that next day. I was just unable to until now. So walk down here a little bit. So this is kind of what we see. There's tracks like this. There's no detail, and these could have been the persons and stuff, or something else that was in this area that was sighted right here. And you can tell that it was a lot more dry when they walked up here, because I am just sinking big time into this clay, and not really able to not able to go out there and stuff. So yeah, but that kind of looks like a boot print, maybe. All the details been washed away, but there are some better ones that I took pictures of in video that actually kind of almost look like they could have a big toe or toes, or they're definitely wide, a lot wider at the toe area than this one. So okay, we're gonna slowly make our way this way. Yeah. Not a fun place without waders. A good way to... Give me 1 second, guys, and then I'll flip you guys around. Jeez. So, in a lot of these areas, I can't go. I mean, I could, it just would struggle. Especially in this marsh. There's an open area in that marsh section that I looked for tracks and stuff and did a circle. But there's some spots I wouldn't want to try because you get sucked up to your waist, or even more, and it would be a pretty bad deal because I'm the only one out here. There's people who know where I'm at. Obviously, you guys know where I'm at, but I'm the only one out here to like first respond to myself. So if something happens, I'm on my own. So you always have to be careful no matter what. And there's cattails and stuff down that way. Something big's made trails back there. And you know, definitely a good ambush spot. So here is the location of the 2020 May 18th Bigfoot sighting. So that's just a little bit. I just wanted you guys to bring you guys on location. I think there's a train coming. And a lot of people would say there's no way a Bigfoot would be here and doing this, but really there's not much going on right here. The only people that come down here to fish are these train workers. That's about it. So, and all the trash from Monroe just floats down this sucker. So I wouldn't want to go swimming in it without waders. I wouldn't want to drink it. I don't think I would eat the fish from this particular creek. It's all the junk that I found in it. But a Sasquatch apparently doesn't mind hanging out in the trees, watching people. So, hope you guys enjoyed that a little bit. It's nice to come out on location. Oh, here's a scooter. Yeah, there's just too much trash. So, on location, we're gonna sit here, listen a little bit, and then we're gonna walk in this woods, in this section where the Bigfoot was up in these trees. I'm not sure exactly what tree, but these are three of the main trees. Those are some smaller trees over there. We'll look for tracks on the embankment of this railroad and on the other side and try to make our way. And ideally, we would find the landing spot and maybe a imprint that didn't wash away, like the stuff that's in this muck. But maybe something a little bit harder packed ground where that print could potentially last a little bit longer. Being harder packed ground and not so much clay. So yeah, that's what we do here at the Lost Cryptids Conservatory. For those of you who are just joining and never seen this channel and all that, we look for Bigfoot here in Michigan and other states where we will be going. Actually, I'm going to be going to the Red River Gorge Bigfoot Conference here, the 31st. That's in Stanton, Connecticut. Or sorry, Stanton, Kentucky. Sorry, the 31st. I'll be driving down and hanging out at the Red River Gorge Bigfoot Conference with, I think, Charlie Raymond is the one who does that. His organization, I believe, is the one who's hosting it. They're gonna have Jeff Meldrum there. Gonna have Cliff Brackman and a couple other good speakers and stuff. So I definitely am going to try to show Cliff and Jeff some of these pictures of these trackways that we found in this new sightings, because it's all I could find so far, and also they're kind of the leading expert. So Fred, we are at the newest Bigfoot sighting that happened in Michigan on May 18th, just a couple days ago. We're actually here in Monroe, Michigan. This is the Plum Creek that goes into a marsh and actually goes to the lake. And so we're actually on the location where the Bigfoot was seen, jumped out of the tree, was seen running up the hill. Basically, some bow fishermen made their way down the creek, past these bridges, into the marsh area, did their thing, came back. Once they crossed underneath that bridge, or went over it on this side, they heard commotion up in some whatever tree it was, They heard it jump down, and then it scurried up the embankment, and they seen it. Their dog actually chased after it before coming and returning back to them. So this is the exact spot that they described on the BFRO sighting report. Is in between these two bridges where I'm at, and it was up in these trees. And it jumped down, ran up the embankment. So been out here since 9, so almost 2.5 hours on location, walking around, and it's an interesting spot. I definitely think every once in a while there's something definitely here. It'd be a good spot to put some audio out, put some trail cameras and stuff out, and even potentially get lucky. I think every so often potentially is one's coming through here, obviously, and there's not a lot of people that I think here other than to fish, and they're just staying on these trails. They're definitely not going off trail, especially in those cattails in that marsh, that swamp area without waders especially. But there's also train birds, some other type of like maybe gravel pit construction industry over here and stuff. So there's private property you don't want to be trespassing on. I'm not trespassing on any property because I have my fishing license, and I'm engaged in the fishing activity of scouting around for fish and stuff, and I'm allowed access on all the waterways and stuff, so we're not trespassing in any sort of way. It sounds like a good time. It's big fishing. Yeah, I didn't see no fish here out in that marsh and stuff. It widens up, and it's a big connect channel that ends up to the lake. I'm sure there's some good fishing spots, but there's a lot of pollution through this Plum Creek area. So, but it's a good spot for a Bigfoot to hide, in my opinion. For a day or two, even a week. I mean, honestly. There is one thing that I did seen that is potential, has a potential, is there are sewer pipes or tunnels, rain drainage pipes, that run underneath the first two bridges and actually potentially along the embankment. So there could be tunnels with reservoir chambers big enough for, it looked like big enough I could stand in and stuff, but there was another chamber, old drainage that used to drain into the creek that is backfilled with debris and dirt, so there's no access there. But there was potential 2 accesses towards the street. That Bigfoot, I could crawl in there. It goes dark and it just starts heading underneath the embankment and potentially into the city sewer system. And it's big enough for a Sasquatch to be able to crawl through. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to go in there for a couple different reasons, and I'm just by myself. That's not a bright idea to go in a cave or a tunnel by yourself when no one knows where you're at, or no one knows you're going to be doing that. So that's the main thing. Hopefully you guys can hear me. That jet went by, but so yeah, we're gonna go through these woods, look for more evidence, and just chill out here for a couple more hours and listen. And then we get some breakfast, because I'm starting to feel like it's about breakfast time. Yeah. And then I'll be making some contact with some people, try to get a hold of different people, show them the video and the pictures and stuff, and maybe contact Matt to give him a follow-up, as someone actually did go to the location and check the area out. Yeah, so not too bad. Wasn't that far of a drive for me and stuff, actually, so pretty cool stuff, Fred. Yeah, actually, the lakes and stuff around here, and it's not hard to swim like up north to Detroit and stuff. There's a lot of areas and stuff sightings around there, but also across Lake St. Clair at Harson's Island, and it's kind of a marshy swamp area. I think there's another name, natural area and stuff on the Canadian side that has Bigfoot sightings and historical Bigfoot sightings of like the townspeople chasing the Bigfoot across the lake, across to Harson's Island, and the Bigfoot diving underneath the banks around Harson's Island, never to be seen again. And townspeople thought they were underground over there somewhere. There's still required sightings and reports from Canada on that side. It's all farmland mostly, if you look at it from a satellite map. So I think I'm gonna go live again tonight in studio. It depends on how much editing and stuff I can get today. Might be able to show you some pictures at least and some other stuff that we got from today. Also, I have a bunch of audio to go through from our other locations. We have about another 50 hours worth of audio at least to go through. That's nighttime audio, not counting the whole daytime. So a couple hundred hours worth of 24-hour audio recordings that we have to go through and look through. So we can do that live also. The rock that got moved, the small boulder that got moved, that I talked about in the last live show. I've been back to the location, had the recorder out all weekend last week for that. The boulder did not move again, and so we have that to check. Audio from that, and yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's been a pretty interesting Bigfoot year here in Michigan already with some of the stuff that we've been getting. I sound like a tree knock, but we're pretty close to like town and stuff that I would assume, although you know what they say about when you assume, I would assume that is a person or a one-off deal. There's industry, there's machinery and stuff like that. The trains are moving and stuff like that. So unless there's a knock or something that happens like right here, like right within vicinity of me, I'm not concerned about it really, because it's not enough to prove either way. It has to be like come from the tree line or the bushes like right next to us, and then we can say, hey, I don't think that's a person, right? I don't think that's a deer, not a squirrel. Sounds like that train's coming back. So we'll let you guys watch that, and if there's any questions, comments, and concerns, let me know now, because I do need to have my phone to take more pictures and stuff, and potentially shoot a little bit more video. I got my GoPro too. The phone shoots a little bit better in darker lighting, and its pictures are way better. So we're at 17% right now, so I'm gonna keep going for just a little bit longer, another 5 or so minutes. So if you guys got questions right now, ask them. If you guys go to the BFRO website and go to Michigan at the most recent reports, you will see the Monroe sighting that just happened on the 18th. This is the location. This is the tree line where the Sasquatch apparently jumped down and went up the embankment of one of these railroad tracks, and they seen the glimpse of its backside and something like that. So I'm here on location, so we're going to scout around this little area and this chunk thoroughly, and then after that we're going to stop and get some lunch, make some calls and stuff, charge the phone up a little bit, and yeah, that's about it. I think we'll probably call it after being out here for several hours now. And it's definitely a location back to. It's not that far actually. On a nice non-rainy, dry day, to come down here and be on the embankments and actually go into that marshy area a little bit easier than being be seen when I demonstrated over there underneath the bridge. Because there are some, and there's a whole another area on the other side of the creek that I would like to look and stuff too. So we might actually come back out after lunch, get everything charged up, and potentially look out there. So. And there is a lot of Bigfoot sightings in Monroe County. In Monroe, there's a sighting actually just north of this area, not too far, just a couple miles north. A couple sightings actually just not too far north and northwest and on the shoreline and stuff from here to Detroit, and south actually on the shoreline and throughout this countryside and the farms and all these little towns that are in between us and Detroit and south of us. So. I was sweating though. It was humid as humid can be. But I don't think anything's really gonna happen. I mean, my fingers are crossed. I'm hoping. Wish me luck. But I feel like if something was gonna happen, it would have probably happened now. But some of the trackways I found are pretty interesting. Interesting shape. Interesting that like one goes one way and it doesn't turn around and stuff. Like I said earlier, it doesn't look like anyone was fishing in a spot and turning around and stomping out a spot. So there's some interesting stuff like that. And then whatever we find up here, hopefully something really good. So, if you guys like what you see, like and subscribe. You guys can donate here on YouTube. We're also having a Bigfoot conference and camp out. September 26th is the conference. It is a Friday from noon to 6. It is a free event. It is donations only. So you don't have to pay. If you want to donate, you can donate. And I will put a link in the description after this. It's going to have to be when I get home and stuff because I got to be on the computer to log into the Ticket Leap website. And so I asked you just would go through that Ticket Leap link. That way I can register you and have your name and email. You guys can contact me directly there. You will be able to get your tickets, which is going to be able to print it out. It's free, or you can pay a donation. So that way, you guys can come hang out with us in Mason, Michigan, September 26th. And then we also are going to do a little camp out after that. Have a fun time. We're going to have camping. I'll be in a primitive camping spot with plenty of spots there. Also plenty of spots with a RV electrical hookup and all that stuff that is on the other side of the campsite, but close enough that it's just a short little 2-minute walk from where you would be if you had an RV and you wanted to do that. So here's another train. So we're going to be doing that September 26th. Again, it's a free event. You can donate. All I ask is that you try to register online with my ticket link thing. That way you guys can I can get a head count of who's coming, and you guys can message me there and all that good jazz. So yeah, this year will be a free event. I'm not sure if next year will be or not, but I think every couple years it's not too much to make it free, honestly. And we're not about making money. I am not about trying to make money off Bigfoot. I'm trying to be finding the evidence and proving it and having some integrity about it. The last thing on my mind is trying to make money off of it. It would be very nice, and I would be able to do this a lot more, like every day practically, but if I actually had money to be made off this, like a bunch, right, I would just reinvest in more equipment and be out here a lot. But I'm not. I'm kind of broke. Spent all my money and value the equipment that we do have, and we use it to the best of our abilities. But we come out here, it's not about making money. It's about trying to have integrity when you find evidence and stuff, and not hoax, not fake, not make extraordinary claims without having the extraordinary evidence to show. We're not trying to exaggerate anything that happens. We're just trying to tell you exactly the truth of what happens when we encounter something, if we see something, if we take pictures or present evidence, you know. That's all we try to do. We try to have fun while doing it, and well, I appreciate you, Robert Dovin, kind of actually in your neck of the woods and stuff a little bit, and having a fun time and stuff. Maybe next time I'm out and about around here and stuff, we could stop and have some lunch or food and stuff. I know it'd be kind of cool and stuff, and then get out to this location or another location. This location is kind of hard to get to. There's not good public access points to park and stuff, but we did it. We're here. There's some other spots I would like to check out, and so yeah, that's about it. We're about 10% on the phone, so I'm going to shut it down. That way I can still have take some pictures if I find anything in this woods. Got my GoPro to take video. I also have my thermal, just in case something happened. I would have it. It stopped raining, so I could probably get it out and get it ready to go. But if something happened, I would bust that out, start trying to film with that. But I got my phone, my GoPro, got audio recorder. I stopped raining. I should have put it out, but there's nothing that happened anyway, so I don't think it would have caught anything, honestly, besides the birds chirping at me. So be on the lookout for another live show later tonight. It's going to be a late show, so it's going to be probably 9 or 10 o'clock. But I'm going to try to get some of the stuff shown from today on there. That way you guys can view it and all that good stuff. And then we'll probably look at some audio and anything that comes up, honestly. Maybe have some guests come on if you guys want to come on to the live show and talk about any and all things Bigfoot, cryptid related. If you have an encounter and stuff, I'll probably put the link into the live chat on the next show. All I ask, if you're new and you've never been on or you've never seen the show, just obviously common sense rules of being respectful and don't be foaming at the mouth yelling and stuff. It definitely has been heated and got some confrontational stuff on the show lives before with people coming on, but you know, we always ride through it and sail away perfectly fine in the end. So that's the only thing I ask is, you know, try not to swear and try not to foam at the mouth. All right, guys, we're at 9%. I appreciate everyone who's watched this, will watch this, and if you guys have a Bigfoot encounter in Michigan that is old, just happened, or whatever, get a hold of me. I'm going to put all my contact information into this link, but on the next live show, all of that stuff will be set up, ready to go before we go live. That way you guys can contact me through TicketLink, TicketLeap, through my Gmail, and through Facebook and everything else where you guys want to contact me from. If you guys have video evidence and stuff that you guys want to share and send and you're not really sure because Facebook and all that limits you to file size, if you guys have a Gmail account, you got that free 15 gigs of Google Drive that you can upload and share videos to people like me off of my Google email and Google Drive that I could share and then download the video and look at it and stuff that way too. Also Dropbox works and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for the next live show, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you, and most importantly, God bless all of you. All right.